Yeah, you know, you got the humour within Corrie, and then the next breath you'll have a kidnapping, you'll have a murder, you'll have a love triangle. So it's like every emotion's captured within, can be in half an hour. I think that's one of the charms of it.
Deirdre and Ken's relationship, that was something I kept on coming back to every time. If I'd fallen out of, step with what was going on, I mean, it costs you, but you just get sucked back into it. And they're both such brilliant actors and brilliant characters. You kind of roll with the punches.
The theme tune is probably one of the most identifiable theme tunes in TV history. As soon as it comes on, you see the cat on the roof. You know that Corrie started, and I think you could play it to hundreds of thousands of millions of people, and just hearing that first note, they know that Corrie's about to start.
The brass, the sound of the trumpet, and that slow, slow drifting smoke on the top of rooftops, and yeah, you're there, you're back into the world that's familiar and that's been around for 50 years, and it's just part of our cultural landscape.
Curly, he was a bit of a dope, wasn't he? He just used to, waltz around the street. I particularly liked it when he got involved with Reggie's wife. It was probably a love triangle which you'd never expect. Having Reg got him the job down at Better Buys as well, it was a bit of a kick in the teeth for him, wasn't it?
I hear whispers that there's going to be a few fatalities and big action on the street, so yeah, I think it's fantastic, and hopefully none of my training sessions become evening sessions, and we have a free week of games so I can follow the whole episodes.
Corrie's got a very special following.
As soon as I hear that, it's like you're drawn to the television. You've got to run.
It draws you in like nothing else, but it's kind of cosy. It's not depressing.
I watch it with my wife and my two children and don't get a word out of them for half an hour. That's probably another reason why I watch it, to be honest.
It's just got something special. I don't know.
Coronation Street's always been rich in characters that you identify with and care about.
I love Graham. He struck lucky a bit, I think, with Tina, but anyway, I love him.
Hilda Ogden's my favourite. I loved her characterisation.
I liked Alan Bradley when he got knocked over by a tram on the Golden Mile. How you get knocked over by a tram, I'm not quite sure. They don't go that fast.
The thing is, you get very fond of them, don't you?
There are still characters that have been there since the very beginning, and the street hasn't changed all that much. It's moved with the times in the sense it used to be that time capsule used to look back into this world of black and white, industrial Manchester. I'm doing it now already, I'm flattening the vowels, but you can hear, Ogden and Sharples yelling in the street at each other, and Jack Warren. Again, even thinking about it makes you go slightly Manchester. Corrie, to me, means a cup of tea and a tin of biscuits, and that music, Eric Spears' music, the brass, the sound of the trumpet, and that slow, slow drifting smoke on the top of rooftops, and yeah, you're there, you're back into the world that's familiar and that's been around for 50 years, and it's just part of our cultural landscape now.
The good thing about Coronation Street, there's so much going on. It's not just one storyline that you follow 2 or 3 every episode, so I think that's why it grips you.
The most extraordinary storylines, as well as the mundanity of living on the street, whether it's love affairs, deaths, suicides, murders, car crashes, to baking cakes.
Life is like that. Life makes you cry and it makes you laugh, and that's what Corrie does, and it does it brilliantly.
There is a certain humour in the North.
Yeah, I think a massive sense of humour with Corrie. When you got characters like Roy Cropper making bacon butties and walking around with a shopping bag everywhere.
Northerners can be extremely funny.
Annie Walker says to Bette Lynch as she comes into the bar in this what looks like a really beautiful dress, "Yeah, you got your dress on backwards," because it's got the most ridiculous amount of cleavage showing. And that's brass in more than one sense.
Happy, happy birthday, Coronation Street, and thank you for 50 years of the most wonderful pleasure.
Happy birthday. Many congratulations.
I'd just like to say a very happy birthday for the 50th year. Fantastic achievement. #1 soap, keep going.
Happy birthday, Corrie. I love you. 50 years old. You don't look it. Gorgeous. That's what you look.
I'd just like to say a very happy birthday for the 50th year. Fantastic achievement. #1 soap, keep going.
Happy birthday. Many congratulations.
Happy birthday, Coronation Street. Congratulations on 50 years. And maybe in the next few years you might get me on it.
Happy, happy birthday, Coronation Street. Really good luck with the live episode, and we'll all be rooting for you, and you're playing to a whole world that loves you, so congratulations, well done, keep it up.
As soon as I hear that, it's like you're drawn to the television. You've got to run.
It draws you in like nothing else, but it's kind of cosy. It's not depressing.
Dad pretended that he didn't like it and would kind of walk through the lounge and would still be staying there 20 minutes later. It'd kill me for saying that. He'd go, "Oh, no, not this again. I'll just sit down and let's see what's happening tonight's storyline."
My dad liked it, my mum liked it, my aunties liked it, and it became a way of life.
You should give my mum a quiz about Coronation Street. She'd know the answer to every single thing.
It's just got something special. I don't know.
What happened in this episode in 1976? She'd be like, "Well, it was the year you were born, and I was probably doing nappies and things, but Vera was doing this." She'd be able to give me a blow-by-blow account.
I'd like to go back in it. Coronation Street's always been rich in characters that you identify with and care about. You care what happens to them.
You know, Gail, she's had no luck, has she? You know, she keeps picking them. A number of times we tried to kill her, but she keeps coming back.
You were always shouting at the script. Well, I was. Gail, no! Don't do that. You know, she did all the wrong things.
Hilda Ogden's my favourite. I loved her characterisation, and I loved her and Stan's marriage. I thought there was so much there, and all the little arguments they had reminded me of old aunts and uncles.
I liked Alan Bradley when he got knocked over by a tram on the Golden Mile. How you get knocked over by a tram, I'm not quite sure. They don't go that fast.
The good thing about Coronation Street, there's so much going on. It's not just one storyline that you follow. You follow 2 or 3 every episode, so I think that's why it grips you.
You do get involved with the characters. So it's just got something special. I don't know.